Hi, and welcome to Quilting with Lori. My name is Lori Dickman. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to use up those 2.5 inch or 2 inch squares and strips. If you're like me, I'm getting an overabundance of those in my scrap stash, and I want to get them used up to make beautiful quilts. This is the block that we're going to be making, and this one is using 2 inch squares, but you can use 2.5 inch squares and strips also. Or you could use a different size square or strip that you might have an abundance of in your stash. You can use 1.5 inch squares and strips. You can use 3 inch squares and strips. What I have attached in the description box below is a PDF which gives you the measurements and the unfinished square up sizes that you'll need to prepare for the 2 inch or the 2.5 inch squares and blocks. And I'll show you what that is involving here in just a minute. So let's head to my tabletop, and I'm going to show you everything that you need to do. I've got the PDF here for you, and I've got some samples. So let's take a look. So don't forget to download this PDF, save it, print it, have it available with you at your cutting table and sewing table. It does give you the unfinished sizes of each of the different types of blocks that we're going to be creating. That way you'll know how to square everything up as you're producing these beautiful, this beautiful quilt. If you are using the 2.5 inch, you'll be squaring up to these measurements right here. If you're using the 2 inch squares and strips, you'll be squaring everything up to these measurements right here based upon the block itself. So now I'm going to show you how I put this together and the 9 patches and the strip sets. Let's take a peek. So here is a look at the large block that I've created. And basically we're going to be making 16 patches. We're going to be making 9 patches, and we're going to be making these strip sets. And these involve, what I'm using are 2 inch squares because I have such an overabundance of them in my stash. I did have these actually organized by lights, mediums, and darks. It's getting really messy because I've been going in and pulling things out. But there's an overabundance here, and I want to be able to make a beautiful quilt using a lot of this. So I am using my 2 inch squares. You might have 2.5 inch squares and strips that you can use. So either one, or if you wanted to use all 1.5 inch squares and strips or all 3 inch squares and strips, totally up to you. Whatever you have in your stash, that's something that you can use. There is a PDF attached, which just gives you a picture of what the quilt can look like when it's finished. If you're using the 2 inch squares, and if you make as many as I indicate here, you'll end up with a lap quilt that's 59 by 69.5. If you're using the 2.5 inch squares, you'll end up with a quilt that's 78 by 92. And of course, you can make it as large or as small as you want to, depending on how many squares you have in your stash. So here are some of the 16 patches that I have put together, and I have quite a few of them that I've created. And you'll notice that everything that I've used in here is pretty much in the medium to dark value. I wanted these to really stand out. So they're the medium to dark value. I've got a number of them here. And so when I went into my stash, for the 16 patches, I pulled from the darks and the mediums. That's what I did. Now, for these 9 patches, let me move these aside. When I created the 9 patches, you'll notice here that 4 of them are light, and then these 5 are dark or medium. And so when I created the 9 patches, that's when I delved into the lights and then the mediums and darks, so that there was lots of contrast. So those are the 9 patches. And then when I created these strip sets, you could simply pull strips from your stash. For instance, I have the 2.5 inch strip sets that are handy right here. You could certainly do that if you're using, I could have pulled my 2 inch strips, my 2.5 inch strips if I was making the 2.5 inch block. But I'm using the 2 inch, and I wanted everything to have a white background there. So I simply chose some white fabric that I have. I think it's a Kona fabric, and I am stripping this up like this. And when I created my 4 patches, or the strip of 4 squares, and again, these are all 2 inches, I used I used the mediums and the darks as I created this because I wanted there to be a lot of contrast to these white strips. Let me just clarify what I meant by that. So I am using 2-inch squares, which means I have to use 2-inch strips. I could have gone into my 2-inch strip container and pulled a bunch of light strips from there, and that would really make this even more scrappy, and I would have that light so there'd be a contrast to the darks and mediums. But I chose to pull white fabric, I think it's a Kona fabric, and I simply cut strips that were 2 inches. And so that's what I'm using. If you are using 2.5-inch squares, you could simply go to your 2.5-inch strip container and pull light strips for these light areas here. Or you could do what I'm doing, and that's just cutting a solid fabric or another fabric to strip everything up and create those strip sets. Totally up to you. This is your scrappy quilt. Have fun with it. So now let's find out how to make all of these units. And we'll start with the 16 patch. And it's really simple. You're simply going to pull 16 patches from your scrap stash and lay them out and put them together. I'll show you how I did that. Right, what I'm doing is laying out some of these right here at my sewing machine, and I'm just going into the mediums and darks, and my goal is to make sure that I'm trying not to put the same fabric next to one another. And I'm just laying out, oops, that one I've already used. I'm just simply laying out some of these fabrics here. All right, they're squares. So these are all 2-inch squares. I've laid them out in a 16 patch, and now I'm going to sew them together, and I'm simply going to start with these two and just continue working down the line until I've sewn this unit together. So you see I've sewn the 16 squares together, and next what I'll be able to do is flip them this way and nest the seam allowances and sew each of these rows together. And then because I'm using 2-inch squares, I will square this unit up to 6.5 inches. If you're using 2.5-inch squares, you will square this unit up to 8.5 inches once it's all sewn together. I do want to point out a couple of things. People ask me if I separate out my stash. You'll notice here that I have some batiks that I've used in here. I have some Christmas. I have some, I guess you might call that a licensed fabric, whatever. There's just a variety of scraps here. And I do like to use a variety of scraps when I'm making scrappy quilts. You'll also notice that although this particular square was in the mediums stash, it has more of a light value when you look at it amongst here. So as I placed it on this 16 patch unit when I was gathering my squares, I deliberately placed it in the inside of the block so that it wasn't out on the outer edge, which would be next to the white strip of fabric. So when this goes together, let me show you here. Once this gets squared up to 6.5 inches, it will match this. And I didn't want this light square next to this light strip, so I've kept it on the inside. I'm just allowing myself the freedom to play, pull out those scraps and use them. Don't get too concerned about, if they're a batik or if they're a holiday or a baby, whatever it might be. Go ahead and use it. Just have fun, especially in a quilt like this. It's going to be beautiful. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my these columns all sewn together in rows, and then I'm going to press this and square it up to 6.5 inches so that it matches this. And then I'm going to show you how to do the other parts and pieces of this block. All All right, so we're going to do our 9 patch now, and we're simply going to go into, and in my case, I'm going into my 2-inch stash of squares, and I'm grabbing 4 lights, and I'm grabbing 5 of the medium darks. And you'll simply lay them out with the lights in the center and all of the darks and mediums in the corner. The lights are in the center of the rows, and then the darks are in the corners here, and of course in the center of the 9 patch. And then again, as we sew it together, I'm going to sew it in rows. I like to web my blocks, as you've seen me do in many of my videos, and that's how I did this particular block that you just saw me sew. And I'm going to go ahead and web it again and get this 9 patch put together. Once it is completely sewn, I will then square it up to 5 inches square. And this is using the 2-inch squares. If you are using 2.5-inch squares, you will want to square up these units to 6.5 inches. I'm going to be squaring mine up to 5 inches. I've webbed my 9 patch together, and now I'm going to sew the rows together, and I'm simply going to nest all of the seam allowances. When I'm doing this, at this point, I simply finger press everything. I don't take it to the iron at this point, but you are welcome to do that. I just simply finger press everything to the dark. These will be finger pressed inside, these will be finger pressed outside, and that way the seam allowances nest beautifully. And then I will press this and get it squared up, and this will be squared up to 5 inches. So I've gone into my stash again, and I have pulled 4 of the medium and dark squares. And again, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not using the same colors there. Yeah, I've got some medium values and some darker values in here. And I'm going to put these together in a 4-patch unit just like this. This will get squared up to 2 inches by 6.5 inches. And then I will attach it with 2 strips that are 2 inches by 6.5 inches. And I am using white. You can certainly just use some light strips from your stash. That would really help you to use up your strips or your scraps in your scrap stash. So that would be something that you could absolutely do, but I simply am just going to use some white. I believe this is a Kona fabric that I'm using here. So let's say you are using 2.5-inch squares and 2.5-inch strips. If you are, then you will want to square up this unit to 6.5 inches by 8.5 inches once you have it pieced together just like this. And what I did was press everything out. In this case, I believe what I ended up doing when I put these together is I repressed everything toward the dark because it just nested better on each of these end pieces when I put them together. So kind of play with that as you're working with it. It laid really nicely, pressing it out to the light, but the problem is that you could see some of those dark fabrics through the front. And also when I pieced my square units together, it just simply nested better by making sure these seam allowances went to the center. So that's something to think about as you're putting these together. So we're going to start putting this entire block together. I had to make a few more of these to accomplish that. And you can actually do this in assembly line fashion. So I sewed strips and squares and strips and squares, and then I came back and I added another strip. And now I can cut it apart. And you can do this for a lot of your strips and squares all at one time, so you're getting a lot of them done at once, and it just makes the whole project go faster. And as I mentioned earlier, I had initially pressed everything to the outside because it just lays so beautifully. However, when you try to put this together so that it actually nests properly with your 4 patches, or your 9 patches, excuse me, you definitely want to have your seam allowances going toward the dark so that you can nest these beautifully. And just kind of play around with that. You'll see what I'm talking about once you get to this point. So I'm going to get these pressed and squared up, and then I'll be back to show you how to put the whole block together. So as you put this quilt together, you'll see I simply put together one big block here for you so you could see what it is going to look like when it is finished in the quilt. But as you're working through this, I would recommend that you lay out your strips and your 9 patches and your 16 patches either on a design wall or on the floor. And then you can do them in rows. So this row will involve simply the 9 patches, the strips, the 9 patches, the strips, the 9 patches, and you'll go and continue putting them together as wide as you want your quilt to be. Your second row will be the strips, but they'll be laying in this vertical position, and then the 16 patch, the strips, the 16 patch, the strips, and so on. And you'll continue putting that row together as wide as you want your quilt to be. And then again, the next row is going to be a repetition of this first row. And you'll keep repeating these 2 rows all the way across your quilt until you have it as large as you want your quilt to be. This is such a great quilt and a fabulous way to use up a lot of your scrap stash. And it's such a simple one that it's a great pattern to work with when you're maybe watching a TV show or listening to music or visiting with your family. You can put it together so quickly and easily. And then of course you can make the quilt as large as you want it to be. You can make this a king-size quilt. If you have that many scraps and strips available in your stash, you can make it as large as you want to. You could actually have your grandkids help you lay out your 16 patches and your 9 patches. I think they'd enjoy, as well as your strips. They would enjoy doing that with you and sewing along with you. So let me know in the comments below how you plan to make your quilt. If you're going to use 2-inch squares from your stash and strips, or 2.5-inch squares and strips, or maybe another size of your squares and strips. Let me know what you plan to do, and if you're planning to make it with your grandkids, with your family, and have a good time as you're working on this. So enjoy making the 16-patch Delight Scrappy Quilt. Don't forget to download the PDF so you have the basic information that you'll need to create this beautiful scrappy quilt. Put this PDF by your scrap stash and it will help you to remember how you can actually use up those squares when you get to the point where you have an overabundance of them. Thank you so much for watching my channel. If you do enjoy the content that I provide, please don't forget to like and subscribe and put a comment below in the comment section. All of that really does help my channel to grow, and I do really appreciate that. And until next time, happy quilting.